Chapter 3. Quickening the Master Spirit Within. A member of the council speaks. In the ever-living presence of God there is no death. Memory holds its cherished reflections. Love is eternal destiny. Ah, love which never perishes. Life which has no end. God, the ever-living presence. His love does every broken heart mend. His light makes bright the places dark, where man is prone in doubt to wander. His rod, his staff, they comfort give, his love, the healing waters. With your inner knowing, be attentive. We have one great desire have we, and that is to quicken the Master Spirit within you, so that at all times you shall be aware of peace. Be calm, and no mischief of the mortal mind can cause you to become turbulent. Be at peace and know that all is well. We shall never misguide you. Have faith. God is no turbulent sea and never shall be. Though the din and confusion of mortal mind be heard on every hand, you shall know nothing but peace. You shall see the lion and the lamb eating straw together, and you shall the child playing at the hole of the asp. Though the fire shall come forth from the mouth of the serpent, it shall spell but one word for you, peace. For truly now and henceforth you can say, though I am in the world, I am not of it. I and the Father are one. You shall be the ambassadors of the new order among peoples of the earth. All peace shall be yours, for you shall learn to make your own peace. You shall never encounter stormy weather, for you shall create your own weather. Though the clouds in the sky obscure the brightness of the sun, it shall shine in your hearts. You shall never use the attribute of Peter, but to deny that of Era, for you shall use the regenerated Peter through faith in God, yourself, and your fellow man. You shall at last come into the perfect realization of the words of the psalmist of old when he said, He who dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And I want to do an interjection here. I used to sing this song. We would sing scriptures in the church I went to. And I liked the way this scripture sounded when it was sung. So I'm going to sing it. I just feel inclined to do that. He who dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. And I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. And I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. I just had to put that in. That song's been in me a long time. Now to continue on. There shall be those who will not agree with you, and that is to be expected. The man or woman who places his foot on the highway of spiritual progress and dares to travel it with no longer a desire to be lost on the road of fundamental superstition is always criticized and ridiculed. Never has an individual left the beaten path to seek light and truth, but what the understanding in his soul's consciousness has been mistaken for some manner of fanaticism on the part of those who are yet satisfied to be led by those who see the light in no greater brilliance than the ones they are leading. Never fear to stand for truth. Speak it when it is called forth from you, and until that moment remain silent. How shall you remain silent? In prayerful meditation. Should your path cross with one whom you know is groping in the darkness to the disadvantage of his soul's growth and his physical and material well-being, pray with him. Man never prays for another. Man always prays with another. You may say to me, how do I know if the one in whom I am interested is praying? Have you ever had a hope of something good? Have you ever had a heartfelt, earnest desire for something good to transpire in your life? If you have, that is a form of prayer. What man-made society calls low, degraded, wretched creatures, as wretched as they may be, at some time or another in their seeming wretchedness they find themselves saying, I wish, I trust, I hope, thus and so, thus and so. That is a form of prayer, and all prayers meet. Remember, dear hearts, though all may not agree as to the orthodox form of prayer, yet even an individual who is steeped in the fundamentals of orthodox theology prays what to him is an earnest prayer, and all prayers meet. Now, your prayers uttered in understanding, sent forth to the living God in the tabernacle of the Holy of Holies, your prayers shall lift the prayers of others. Do not cease to pray. Should you meet one who is discouraged with life, whether it is by beholding his countenance or by his expressions, if you can do nothing else, reach for his hand and place your other hand upon his hand, and as you hold it, silently, fervently, and effectually say, Come up higher, my brother, come up higher, my sister. Silently say, you are now in the presence of God, and you are now, though mentally distressed in soul and spirit, standing in the tabernacle of the host, before the table of plenty, and your grief we place on the golden platter. Do it silently, silently. A firm handclasp without a word mentioned, a firm handclasp extended and rendered in love, is a prayer, a most effectual prayer. Remember, a hand extended is expressing outwardly the love and peace of the indwelling God. Never, never fear to clasp a hand. There is a disastrous superstition among many people and among some ancients that in accepting the hand of another there is a possibility of contaminating one's aura. There is only one possible manner in which man's aura may become contaminated, and that is through thinking. Thoughts become living things. What happens to the countenance when a man is thinking in terms of love? The eyes sparkle and twinkle as the stars at night. The face beams with the radiance of the sun, and the voice sounds as many rippling brooks. That is prayer. Thoughts of anger are but a perverted form of prayer. Had you ever thought of this? Why does man speak with contempt and viciousness? For the reason that he has been storing up in his thinking all manner of thoughts contrary to truth. Let the occasion present itself, and that which has been stored up comes forth. Such are those who are still waiting in the outer court of the holy tabernacle. It is well that you have found them there, for they are desirous of entering the tabernacle. Truly Paul was right when he said, Now I see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I thought as a child. Now that I am become a man, I have laid aside all childish things. Many are they who are numbered among adults here on your mundane sphere, who are yet infants in their reasoning. As messengers sent forth, you have a great duty to perform. You shall enjoy doing it, for the love to perform a duty never makes of the duty a task. Mind you well, dear hearts, reformation shall not come in an hour, a day, or a week, or a month, or a year. Never become disheartened. You shall accomplish much as you travel along life's path. Should it be so ordained, as it is among some of you, that when you lay aside your earthly coil with no longer a desire to ever again choose another earthly coil, you still serve, there is no death. And to those who are in spiritual truth and are unable to clear the record now in this present physical journey, they shall be able to choose another body and pick up the threads where they have dropped them here.